My name is Noboru Yamada, 28 years old. I'm a salesman working for a trading company called BIT. It's been 3 years since I started working for this company, and today I'm in Hawaii on a company trip. Whoa, I heard there were only Japanese, but there's still a lot of foreigners. Only my baggage hasn't come. Everyone else has gotten theirs already. While I was waiting for my baggage to arrive, a familiar face approached me.
Hey, it's Noboru. Long time no see?
Why are you here? The two people who approached me were Akemi Toda and Junichi Itoshima, both colleagues at my former company, Akemi being my ex-girlfriend. Well, I'm sort of on a business trip.
We're on vacation.
What did you do after you left the company? Did you move to a third-rate company?
When he said that, they both started laughing. I forced a smile and left. Jeez, why do I have to see them here? Talking about that thing is going to complicate things. I'll be careful not to bump into them again. All the employees gather and head for the hotel. A figure approaches behind me.
Who were they?
Whoa! I turn around in surprise and there's Riko Takanashi. Riko is 2 years younger than me, but she's my senior as I'm new at the company.
Why does she make fun of you like that? And you don't say anything back to her?
No, I don't have to do that. I mean, you saw it. At first, we spoke formally to each other, but she said it made her uncomfortable, so now we speak casually.
Well, I'm your senior. I have to watch over you to make sure you don't get lost or start crying.
Am I a kindergartner?
That's not the point. I can't stand it when people talk like that to others.
Ah. Well, if you had seen it, it certainly wouldn't have made you feel good. A little reluctantly, I explained to Riko what happened before I joined the company. Here you go. I put together the documents for your upcoming presentation.
Thank you. You always work so fast. It's amazing.
I met Akemi at the company I joined as a new graduate. Akemi was a new graduate like me, and we often worked together.
The manager praised you, saying you are good at your job. At that rate, you'll be promoted soon, don't you think?
No, that's not true.
Hey, do you want to go out for a drink today? I have a lot to discuss with you. The movie was fun, wasn't it?
From that day on, we started seeing each other more, and then we started dating. Next time, why don't we go on a trip? When I get back from my business trip, we can take a break.
Right. Your business trip was from next Monday to Thursday, right? Have a nice trip.
Yeah, of course. It was a very happy time, but this happiness suddenly crumbled. I got to come home a day early. I wonder if Akemi will be surprised. My business trip ends early, and I get to go home a day early. I didn't call Akemi, but planned to surprise her. And when I opened the door...
Huh? Why are you home?
Why is Itoshima here? And why is his arm around Akemi?
Huh? It doesn't matter. I was going to end things anyway.
Akemi, what's this all about?
We're in a relationship, so I'm breaking up with you.
In this house, I like it. So you're out. Now pack up your stuff and leave the house.
What are you talking about? You're dumping me? I have to leave? I didn't understand what he meant, but it was also true that I didn't want to be in this room where they were meeting secretly. I subconsciously packed my bags and left the room. Thank you for everything you have done for me. It became awkward for me to see Akemi and Itoshima at work, so I quit my job. Then I changed jobs and was picked up by my current company. Well, something like that. After checking in, I took advantage of my free time to talk to Riko in the lobby about the past.
What? Why did you, who did nothing wrong, have to leave home and even quit your job?
Well, it was a long time ago. Besides, I'm happy to be here at this company. I didn't fit in at the previous company.
If you say so, that's fine. But let's forget about them and have fun on this trip.
Yeah, let's do that. It's Hawaii after all, so let's enjoy it to the fullest. Whoa, that's a big pancake. First, we went to a famous cafe in Hawaii to fill up. Pancakes and steaks line up on the table.
Now, Noboru, forget about those guys and eat. I'll carve the steak for you as if it were them.
No, I'm sorry. I lose my appetite when you say that.
Well, I can't stop drooling.
It's even scarier that you're smiling than you're saying. I should make sure you don't meet them either.
Ah, I'm so full.
The two of us ate up all the food, which was a lot. Then drinking coffee, Riko opens her mouth.
By the way, that Akemi is not a good judge of people. Why did she switch sides?
Because Akemi said she likes men who earn their way up the ladder. She decided Itoshima would get ahead faster than me.
Aha, so that's how it is. Then I'm sure she'll be surprised when she sees how successful you are now.
Successful, huh? I'm simply blessed with the surroundings, but I don't think Riko would agree, so I'll just laugh lightly.
Well, I was happy that you came.
Thank you. There are people who are happy that I came. That alone made me happy.
The sea is beautiful.
We left the cafe and walked along the beach in the evening, but I was not able to enjoy it because I was worried about those two. I wonder why we had to meet again at such a time. It's really bad luck. I'm sure those two didn't hear about what happened. All I could think about was how to avoid meeting those two again. See me like that. What? A gentle touch wrapped around my hand. I looked and saw that Riko was taking my hand.
Let's go see the ocean, shall we?
Uh-huh. Just by holding Riko's hand, my warriors flew away to the far side of the universe.
It's cold.
Riko screams with joy as her sandals get wet as they go to the edge of the waves. She was such an expressive person. I had the impression that she was much cooler at work, so it's so refreshing to see her so innocent. She is so cute.
Look, Nabaru.
Riko, who called out for me, gets her feet caught in the waves, and I quickly support her. Oh no! Our faces are so close! Oh my god! Her face is so close! Riko closes her eyes as if surrendering herself to me. But Are you okay? It's dangerous! I didn't dare to do anything there. Riko's cheeks puffed out in dissatisfaction as I acted as if nothing had happened. Well, did you enjoy the first day today? There are 2 more days left, so please spend them so that you don't have any unfinished business. The first night was a dinner at a hotel banquet hall. The president is speaking on stage. A big event for our company is coming up soon. I hope that you will all be able to serve it and nourish your spirits. Let's have a toast! Phew, I need some air. I was at the entrance of the hotel, trying to catch a cold breeze after having had too much to drink. Then Riko appears.
Nabaru, I'm coming too.
Oh, well, let's walk together. Yikes. After what happened earlier, just the fact that we're together makes me nervous.
It's dark, but you can hear the sound of the waves just fine.
We walk along the night road near the hotel together, but my heart was beating so loudly that I couldn't hear the sound of the waves. Yes, the ocean's so close. I say words I don't understand. It seems like I finally realized Riko is a woman.
Let's have a rest over there.
After a short walk, Riko suggested that we sit on a bench. After a short pause, Riko opened her mouth.
Nabaru, you already know how I feel, don't you?
Yes.
Do you dislike me?
She said that and turned her gaze on me, the corners of her eyes drooping, and my face heated up. No, that's not true.
I've been in love with you ever since you covered for my mistake a long time ago.
That was, as I recall, when I had just started my new job. That means it's been 3 years. I like you too, Riko. I just realized it myself a while ago. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to be your boyfriend. Riko nodded happily with a few tears in her eyes. Am I really going out with Riko? I returned to the hotel feeling somewhat dreamy. But then something happens that throws cold water on my mood.
Hey, it's Nabaru. He was staying at this hotel.
Hearing that voice, I felt hopeless. When I turned around, they were standing there.
Hey, yeah, staying at a hotel with a third-rate company like yours is the worst.
Mr. Itoshima, please don't say such things. Miss Takanashi is over there.
By third-rate company, do you mean our company? If that's so, what's your big shot company then?
Who is this woman? Well, that's okay. I'll tell you. We're from Shirakawa Trading Company. You've at least heard of us, right?
That's the name of the company.
Please, Rico, let's just shut up and go home.
It's funny how the company being bought out is the one on top. Bought out? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't know? I'm sure an announcement will be made soon. There's going to be an announcement soon that our company is going to acquire your company.
Rico would not stop. I'm watching the situation with trepidation.
I don't understand. Explain it to me.
With Rico, there's a chance she will say more than necessary, so I calmly explain. It seems your company has been losing money and was thinking of restructuring its business. And ours wanted to expand their business, so they decided to buy it out.
I didn't hear that. I heard that the company was in the red, but... I mean, a third-rate company buying a third-rate company? You've got to be kidding!
You've been calling us a third-rate company for a while now. Well, it's true we're a venture company, but... Our company has decided to do business overseas in order to expand our scale. So we decided to take over Shirakawa Trading Company, a company that does business overseas. We just came to an agreement the other day, so it's not surprising that you haven't heard.
There's no way a venture firm can do something like that. This is a major company.
That's right. Which company? I'll sue them for libel.
The two of them were getting heated up instead of believing what I was saying. Then, a hand reaches out to them.
What? I should have mentioned earlier. My name is Riko Takanashi of BitCo.
Rico's business card was presented to them. The two look at it and suddenly turn pale.
Bit Inc?
The company that is now listed on the first section of the stock exchange and is acquiring major domestic companies one after another?
Yes, that's right. The venture company that's riding the wave. That's where I work now. It's true that it may still be a third-rate company, but in this day and age, being a big company doesn't mean you can rest on your laurels. That's why I switched to this company with a bright future.
Oh no!
Well, then, we will.
We won't fire any of the employees, just replace some of the directors. You can rest assured there. The two of them sat there in despair. With that in the background, we left the place. Whoa! Hey, Rico! What if someone comes? As soon as we got into the elevator, Rico intertwined her arms with mine.
I felt so relieved when I saw the looks on their faces.
Totally. I can't get mad at them if I see such happy smiles on their faces. I was trying to avoid them, but, well, maybe it was for the best. And they didn't keep me from talking. In fact, I felt better about it too. Well, here's Mr. Yamada from BAT who was transferred to a company. 1 month after my trip to Hawaii, the acquisition was announced and I was transferred back to Shirakawa Trading Company. Nice to meet you. My name is Noboru Yamada. Not only Akemi and Itoshima, but everyone looked awkward. That's not surprising. And so, let's change the evaluation regarding employee promotions and pay raises. I'm going to be the head of the newly established business planning department, and I'm told that being the head of the department at the age of 28 is the youngest on record at Shirakawa Trading Company. This is no time to be happy about that. I know the bad parts of the company because I used to work here. The company's excessive seniority system has squelched the budding potential of many young talented employees, but that's not going to happen any longer. Change the evaluation criteria for promotion and advancement. That's the first step.
Good night.
As I was walking through the lobby to go home after work, Akemi appears.
It's amazing that you've suddenly been promoted to department manager. That's a great promotion.
Well, yeah, but I'm more worried about it.
Hey, are you free after this? I have a lot to discuss with you.
It's kinda nostalgic. I remember when you used to ask me out like this, but I'm not the same guy I used to be. I'm sorry. You can ask Itoshima, not me.
It doesn't matter anymore. I'm breaking up with that guy.
I'm deeply disappointed by those words. After all, Akemi only sees people by their titles. Sorry, but I have something to do later.
Eh? What do you have to do? Can't you move it to another day?
I can't do that. It's a date with my girlfriend. Akemi's face turns pale at my words. I can't believe that she thought there was even the slightest possibility. Well then, goodbye. Damn! It's been so long since I've been there. I made a mistake in changing trains and I'm late. When I hurried out of the ticket gate, there was a bloated-faced Rico waiting for me.
You're late.
Sorry. Let's get going. I apologized and she smiled at me. We then headed to the restaurant we had reserved, hand in hand. Hurry up, or you'll be late. A year has passed since then, and me and Rico started living together.
Oh my god. Why don't you set an alarm? Well, I'll go ahead of you.
I laugh as I see Rico leave the house like the wind. We started living together because I started working at Shirakawa Trading Company, and it was hard for me to see her. Okay, then I guess I'll go too. A year has passed since I was transferred out. The atmosphere at the company is changing with the new evaluation standards I introduced. It was discovered that Itoshima had been doing only the things that would lead to his own evaluation, pushing junior staff to do the more modest work that did not lead to evaluation. Because of this, he lost the trust of those around him and is now starting over from scratch in a rural area. On the other hand, before we knew it, Akemi had quit the company. I will never do anything to lose Riko's trust. I'll never go back. I promised myself that I would do my best so that Riko can live with a smile on her face forever. In sickness and in health. For many people, it's a standard wedding phrase. Today, I married Moa Ogiwara, who is now Moa Shindo. Moa-san, we're in front of everyone, you know? Smile! Smile!
To think that I'm going to be with you from now until we die. Why did this happen?
Yes, I married this woman who looks like she's going to get depressed at any moment. Let me introduce myself now. My name is Michito Shindo. I'm 25 years old and recently took over the company that my father started. It sounds nice to be the president of a company, but in reality, I am not so happy about it. The reason I became president at such a young age is because my father realized that he's incompetent at managing his company. So it was on the verge of bankruptcy with huge debts when I took over. I had planned to take over the company in the future, so I had studied business administration in college. And I worked desperately to rebuild the company when I took over. Thanks to various reforms, things were gradually getting better. But the debt left behind by my father was too big. It was too late. It seemed that we would certainly go bankrupt before the fruits of my effort would ever see the light of day. Yes, it seemed so. The reason why I can say that now is related to how I got to know this woman, Moa. One day, I was in the president's office of a large company with a tense look on my face. It was because we were about to close a deal so big that we might be able to restore the company. I see. I thought Shindo Trading was an old-fashioned organization. But, well, looking at this proposal, it seems that you, the new president, brought in a new wind. As the president concluded that it looked promising, it made my heart beat with anticipation. However, for some reason, the president seemed to have taken a liking to me as well, and... By the way, Michito-kun, if you're not dating anyone right now, how about my daughter? What? He suddenly made an outrageous statement at the business meeting. I wondered why he would make such a proposal to the president of a small company like mine, but I didn't want to offend him before finalizing this deal. And the person with whom I was to have a marriage interview was the woman in question, Moa-san. Nice to meet you. I'm Michito Shindo. Moa-san was even more beautiful than I had imagined, and my voice sounded shrill from nervousness.
I'm Moa Ogino. Nice to meet you.
Our marriage interview started like this, and in the blink of an eye, we got married, leading up to the aforementioned ceremony. So why didn't she look so happy?
You seem nervous, but I'm just going to take advantage of this marriage interview, so please go ahead and take it easy.
What do you mean?
I think marriage is troublesome. I prefer being alone because it's easier. But my father wants me to get married, and I want to reassure him who raised me by himself.
Oh, okay.
And as I was thinking that, my father brought up this idea of marrying you. And I thought this was my opportunity to make him feel at ease. So, I'm going to be frank with you. Would you please marry me, just for show?
What? I couldn't hide my surprise as Moa-san turned her cool gaze on me and said that.
Actually, I already hold a very high position in my father's company. If you accept my offer, I'll also recommend your company to be our business partner. If you want, I can even make the terms of the deal a little more favorable to your company. So, what do you say?
What if I refuse?
I will inform my father of your company's financial situation.
I see. She must have done her research. If this goes well, there's a great possibility that my company will recover, and I don't think we will cause any trouble to President Ogiwara. But from their point of view, they wouldn't want to do business with a company that may go bankrupt. Okay, I understand. Fortunately, I don't have a strong desire to get married either, so I'll take your offer. And so we reported to her father that we had decided to start dating with marriage in view, and we promised to get married when the deal was made. The deal went through and my company survived, so today's wedding ceremony is taking place. But still, I didn't think she would look this disgusted at the actual ceremony, even though we have to pretend to be a normal married couple in public. And even when we were supposed to kiss during our vows, she didn't touch my lips. Was marrying me more disappointing than she initially imagined? I wonder if it's going to be okay as we start living together from today. When I was thinking about that, I witnessed a scene where Moa was talking alone with someone. Wait, isn't that Takuto? Takuto is a guest on my side and a friend of mine since elementary school. But why is Moa-san with Takuto? When I saw that Takuto was alone, I went to talk to him. Hey, Takuto! I saw you with Moa-san earlier.
Oh hey, Michito. Congratulations on your marriage. Well then, see you later.
Hey, Takuto! Hey! Takuto ran away from me quickly with a suspicious reaction. I don't believe this, but is she cheating on me on the day of our wedding? In the end, I couldn't ask Moa-san anything and went back to the new house that President Ogiwara had prepared for us. But even there, we had a new problem. Wait a minute, we are supposed to be married only in form, so why only one bed?
It can't be helped. My father prepared the new house for us. There's no way I could tell him to put us in separate bedrooms.
I see, but what should we do? We don't have a spare futon yet, so I guess I'll take the couch then.
So, let's sleep together here.
Moa-san, ignoring my surprised response, got ready for bed and went into the bed. Of course, she told me not to go over the middle of the bed. But if she allowed me to sleep in the same bed, I wonder if she doesn't hate me as much as I thought she did. This thought gave me the courage to ask her about what she was doing at the ceremony. Moa-san, what were you talking about with my childhood friend earlier?
It's none of your business.
Huh?
This is a fake marriage. Whatever I talk about with any man should have nothing to do with you.
What? Moa-san, who gave me no room to interfere with whatever she does, immediately fell asleep afterwards. I was too tired from the ceremony to say anything more and soon fell asleep as well. What is this? It smells nice. The next morning, I woke up to the glare of the sun and a nice scent, and what I saw was... Oh! What? Moa-san? Oh, no, this is not good. When and why did she get so close to me?
Oh, what's with you? When someone's sleeping peacefully.
Well, sorry. I don't know what you're saying, but you're surprised too, right? No, you were also looking at me too, and I would think it's rather you who came to me considering where we were on the bed. Whoa! I'm sorry! I don't know what you're saying at all, but I'm sorry anyway! In the end, Moa-san ran out of the bedroom with her hands on her mouth. I wonder if she hates me after all. That means she was about to throw up because I was close to her. That hurts. But as I prepared myself and opened the door to the living room, what I found was... Huh? What is this? Surprisingly, Moa-san was preparing breakfast.
Sorry about earlier. I should have known that it's possible for you to accidentally come close to me by turning over in your sleep. It's kind of my way apologizing to you for being so surprised. Breakfast will be ready soon, so please have a seat.
Well, it was Moa-san who came to my side, but... By the way, is it okay? You have to go for work too, and this is only fake marriage. But you're making me breakfast.
Don't get me wrong. If you don't get your company back on its feet soon, when I want to end this marriage, I might not be able to get you to sign the divorce papers for me, because you might want to keep your deal with our company, right?
Oh, that's how it is. I understand. I'll work hard.
But until then, we have to act like a proper couple. So my disguise as your wife is perfect.
Whoa, I've seen something this perfect only on TV. And they are a pair? I can't believe this, but is this the so-called a wife's special lunchbox made with love?
It is. For the sake of disguise, please eat it while bragging about it to everyone.
They'll find out. They'll definitely find out that it's a fake marriage. They'll think this is some kind of a plot by my wife to get teased at work. To my horror, I was rarely made to take that lunchbox with me, and it continued day after day. But our married life was not as without love as I had imagined it would be. Moa-san supported me as I struggled to rebuild my company while working remotely herself. Although her facial expression and tone of voice were unfriendly, what she was doing was just like a real wife who is devoted to her hardworking husband. And I was starting to feel a desire to thank her properly for her support, even though I knew that she was doing it so that she can leave me anytime. One day, while I was working at home after regular work hours as usual,
I'm coming in. I brought you something to drink.
Moa-san came in, again as usual.
Oh, I always tell you. If you don't turn on the lights, you'll eventually become blind.
I always tell you, but if I keep the room light on, I can't sleep well after finishing my work.
You're just inefficient. You should finish everything in the office.
It's hard to do that when the company is not yet picking up. But thanks for always bringing me some sweets. Thanks to you, I think my company is going to get back on its feet soon.
What?
It's thanks to the deal with your company. The internal reforms I have been working on began to show some good results. It's thanks to President Ogiwara, of course, but it's also thanks to you for supporting me so far. So, thank you so much.
Ichito-san,
Yes?
don't thank me with that kind of expression on your face.
What? Why did I just get scolded?
Well, that's good then. Then we'll be able to go soon.
Huh? To where?
Actually, my father gifted us with a hot spring trip for a honeymoon. He actually wanted to gift us with an overseas trip, but neither you nor I can take a long vacation now, right? Nevertheless, it would look suspicious if we don't go for a honeymoon, so let's go when your company's back on its feet.
Hot Springs, huh? That sounds great. Then why don't we just go tomorrow? Since I made it this far, I can even leave the company to my father, the former president of the company. Plus, I've been working hard as soon as I took over the company, so I'd like to take a break here. I honestly thought that she was going to say something like, "Don't be so spoiled." But what she actually said was surprising.
Well then, let's do that.
Huh?
I am quite tired as well, so if you're ready to go, it might be a good idea to go now.
And so, since it was a weekday the next day, we were able to make a reservation right away. so we headed for a late honeymoon. The hot spring was great. The appearance of the hotel was relaxing, and the hot springs were full of healing properties. The dinner was fantastic, and
I had the futons separated because there's no one here who we need to show that we're a couple. No problem, right?
Moa-san was the same as usual. But it was a restful moment for sure. And these days, I'm starting to feel at ease even with Moa-san, who is unfriendly to me. It's delicious, isn't it, Moa-san? And the hot spring was great. Thank you for bringing me here. Saying that, I looked at Moa-san. Huh? What's wrong, Moa-san? You're trembling, and you look pale too.
I ate it.
What?
I hate the sashimi even though I'm allergic to fish.
What? Come to think of it, I've never seen you eat fish. I mean, wait. Is it possible to be allergic to fish and eat sashimi by accident?
I'll be fine. I'll just get urticaria, fever, and nausea.
That doesn't sound fine at all. Anyway, please lie down there. I'm gonna run to the nearest pharmacy. Fortunately, the innkeeper told me there was a pharmacy nearby. After rushing back and forth in a great hurry, I returned to Moa-san as I became out of breath. I bought a set of medicines that should work.
Thank you. But don't worry. The symptoms seem to be mild, so I'm sure they will be gone by tomorrow. But I seem to have a bit of urticaria on my back, so if you have any ointment, could you apply it?
Okay, you're back, huh? Wait, what? Then Moa-san exposed her upper body and lied down on her stomach. Wait, Moa-san?
Can you hurry up? It's embarrassing, okay?
Oh, yes, sure. Well, excuse me then.
Yes, right there.
Oh, Moa-san? I felt very awkward and quickly came up with a subject to talk about. I wanted to say it in a more proper setting, but my father reported to me today that he got a new contract for our company. As long as we don't add any more employees recklessly or something, I think my company will be fine. I mean, even if you lost the deal with your company, our company would still be fine. So, you know, you don't have to force yourself to stay married with me anymore. Oh, she fell asleep. Thinking back, she took the initiative to do the housework while also doing her own work. She must be tired. Thank you, Moa-san. It was a marriage for the company, but I'm sure I no longer want to break up. Ugh, what am I saying? Well, I'm sweating from running, so I guess I'll go to the hot spring again. It was already late and it was a weekday, so I decided to get into the mixed bath, which I couldn't earlier. Thank goodness, there's no one here. I sat down on the chair to wash my body first. Oh, did someone just come in? It would be awkward if it's a woman. I resisted the urge to look behind me to check the person's gender.
I can't take it anymore! I love you so much!
Whoa! I was suddenly hugged from behind. Wait, this voice. What? Moa-san? What are you doing? Yes, there she was. It was Moa-san, who was supposed to be sleeping in her room. Why in the world is she here? No, before that, what is this situation? She just hugged me saying I love you? Anyway, please get away from me.
Aww, Michihito-san, my darling, my lovey hubby, my master.
What?
I just wanted to call you in all sorts of ways.
Seriously, what the hell is going on?
I'm high, aren't I? But I can't help it.
Moa-san, anyway, we can't talk properly in a place like this, looking like this. Let's just go back to our room. After that, I was shivering seeing Moa-san getting wackier and wackier. But I managed to take her back to her room, and...
I'm sorry. Don't worry, I've calmed down now.
You don't look so calm, though. But anyway, explain. What's going on?
The Utakaria has completely disappeared thanks to love, although it still itches a little.
At this point, urticaria is a minor problem. Love? Wasn't this marriage fake?
It's not. I've always loved you, Michihito, ever since I was in elementary school.
What?
You really don't remember after all, huh? We were in the same class only once, and I moved away soon after that, so I guess that's why. But you saved me back then.
Her phrases, same class, saved, and moved, made me recall a certain memory.
Oh, you seem to remember now.
Ah, there was indeed such a girl. But wait, she wasn't from a wealthy family?
This is the second company my father started. The first time it went bankrupt, just as you remember. I was poor because of it, and people used to make fun of me. You were the only one who was on my side at that time, and I can't tell you how much that saved me. Ever since then, I've always been crazy about you. Even after my parents got divorced and I had to transfer to another school to live with my father, I've always been checking you out even after I became a grown-up. Your father's company, to be exact. Your father was famous as the president of a local company, so I always remembered the name of your company. Then...
You found out that my company was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Yes. I knew it was time to repay the favor from back then. At the same time, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to bring this love to fruition. In fact, I am already the actual head of the company. I immediately ordered my father to work with your company.
What? You were the one who ordered him to do that?
Yes, I made my father to set up the marriage interview as well.
Well then, why did you say that it was going to be a fake marriage?
I wanted you to accept me, but I didn't want to force you to love me because I truly love you.
What do you mean?
If I had told you my feelings to you at that time, would you have been able to reject me?
Ah.
I didn't want a relationship that was bound by a business contract. On the other hand, I still wanted to take this opportunity to be with you. So the character of a woman who wants to get married just for the sake of being married is a desperate measure that I came up with. This way, we could get married without making you feel like you had to do it for your company. I knew you had little desire to get married, so I thought it would be easy to make you agree to it. I was only going to tell you how I really feel about you after you've created a situation where you can say no to me. So I supported you and let you focus on rebuilding your company while pretending to be indifferent about it.
Oh, I see. And since I told you earlier that my company's okay now...
Yes, I didn't have to hesitate anymore. Jeez, it's been tough, you know? To live with someone I love and not let my feelings go out of control? I mean, I wish I noticed my feelings, though. It's not unusual in Hollywood romantic comedies for a lady to eat something she's allergic to in front of a guy she loves, you know? It's a classic in Hollywood romantic comedies, isn't it?
I've only seen such a thing in Hitch, you know? Staring that guy who got into the news a while ago for slapping someone at the Academy Awards ceremony.
So, what do you say?
Huh?
Your response to my feelings. You don't want me, do you? Such a clingy woman. Takuto-kun noticed who I was at the wedding, so I told him what's going on and got him to shut up, and he was slightly weirded out. Takuto-kun and I were often in the same class, so he noticed me.
Ah, so that's why Takuto was acting suspiciously after talking to you back then. And then I stood up and sat down next to Moa-san.
Michiro-san?
Moa-san, ever since we met at the marriage interview, I have thought you were a beautiful person. You supported me even though you were not so friendly, and I gradually developed a liking for you. How could I possibly reject you, knowing that you had gone to such great length for me?
Does that mean you love me out of a sense of indebtedness?
I'm not sure if I can convey this feeling in words.
Thinking how I should convey my feeling, I decided to...
I kissed her, hoping that it would turn out to be like a romantic comedy where everything would be resolved with just one kiss.
Michiro-san? Michito-san, now, just now.
How is it? Did you get my message now? I mean, we were finally able to kiss. You didn't let me touch your lips at the wedding. That was just to control your feelings too, wasn't it? Moa-san was stunned for a while, and then...
I haven't fully understood your feelings yet.
Moa-san kissed me back passionately, as she had held back from doing it at the wedding. We confirmed each other's feelings this way, and would live happily together thereafter, in sickness and in health, until the death separates us.
I love you, Michito-san.
I was almost suffocated by the kiss, which was way too long, and I was about to get separated from her right away. Haruka-san, I fell in love with you. Please go out with me. A dream. Yes, a nostalgic dream. A memory from my high school days. One day, I gathered up all my courage to confess my love to a beautiful girl who was one of the most popular girls in my class. The result was...
Sure. If you're okay with me, let's go out.
Then her voice breaks, and her face begins to fade away. I woke up from my dream with the sound of my own voice in my head saying, "Let's break up." A marriage interview? My name is Takamitsu Konogawa. I'm a 25-year-old young salesman working for a meal delivery company. It was in late November. When I came to greet my business partner for the end of the year a little early, for some reason, I was suddenly advised to go for a marriage interview for an arranged marriage. She's a relative of mine, a very nice girl, and she works in our planning department. I think she's about your age. No, Since she's a nice girl, you're fine with it, right? The president moved his face closer to mine. So close. Oh, not good with women. It's going to be okay. She's a nice girl. You'll like to meet her too, right? Close! You're too close! Okay, I got it. So please don't pressure me with your eyes. And so I got forced into a marriage interview. Then 1 week passed. It was the day of the marriage interview. How did it come to this? I'm not good with women. I can't believe a guy like me has to do this. In the first place, it's strange that there's no prior information about the woman. The only information I know is that she's a nice person. Don't they usually show me the person's photo, name, and stuff in advance? Oh, maybe there's a good reason why they can't show me her photo? What if she looked like a boss troll?
Your companion is here.
Just as I was thinking what I would do, the woman in question seems to have arrived. The sliding door suddenly opened, and what appeared was a beautiful woman with a great posture. She had beautiful long hair. I could tell at a glance that she was a pretty woman. What? A beautiful woman like her doesn't have a boyfriend at my age? Oh, wait. Huh? Suddenly, I felt a sense of discomfort. No, would it be more correct to call it déjà vu? I know this person. No way. She is...
Hi, it's been a long time. Do you remember me? I am...
Haruka Mitsuhama! I opened my eyes and shouted in surprise. She's the girl I confessed my love to when I was in high school. And I dumped her. At the same time, she's the reason I'm not good with women.
Yeah. I wanted to see you.
I didn't.
Oh, well... Sorry about that.
We were surrounded by bad atmosphere. Well, I'm the one to be blamed for it.
Look, we look so close in this pic. Like true lovers, right?
Whoa, that's kind of embarrassing. Hey, Let's delete it.
Why? It's great. I'd rather print it out and hang it in a picture frame.
No, I mean, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
No, it's not. You should do the same.
Huh? It was a few days after that.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
You shouted out your love so passionately. You've got no choice but to go out now. No way. What I saw was Haruka walking amicably with a guy who looked like a college student. What was that? You're also dating a guy other than me? The next day, of course, I questioned Haruka.
Huh? What? What are you talking about? Hey, Taka-chan, you're scaring me.
Then tell me where you went yesterday. With whom?
That's, What's that got to do with you? Don't pry into my life!
See? You can't tell me, can you? You were dating someone other than me.
Huh? What's with that misunderstanding?
That was the beginning of our terrible argument. Maybe we both lost the opportunity to back down. And I finally told her, let's break up. And that's when it all started. I gradually came to dislike women entirely. I got up, remembering what happened in the past. I fulfilled my obligation to the president by coming here. I can just tell him you weren't a good fit. That will do. So, just tell him that I volunteered to leave since I didn't seem to be a good fit for you, okay?
Oh, wait, I mean...
I'm leaving. You don't want this either, do you? A former couple going on an arranged marriage.
Wait! I'm sorry.
She stopped me and bowed to me. It's too late. Talking about the past will only make both of us feel bad.
I mean, it was all a misunderstanding. It's my fault for being stubborn and not explaining about it back then.
I told you it's too late. How many years do you think have passed?
It's not too late! I wanted to see you, Taka-chan. That's why I asked him to set this up. At least let me talk!
Hey, I don't have feelings for you anymore. And so I left the venue. But hearing Haruka sobbing made my heart ache. It's so frustrating. I went home and laid down. She was crying in the end, wasn't she? Why would she cry? It was her who betrayed me, right? At the time, I cried a lot too, and I remember feeling so frustrated. Despite all that, I didn't feel good about making Haruka cry. You should go on a hot spring trip. It's for 3 days in Shikoku. The next day, I went to the president to report the result of the marriage interview, and that's what he told me. Huh? You're lucky. You've been chosen as a tester for a new travel plan. The company he runs is a travel agency, so that makes sense. But it's too sudden. I'm not so sure about this trip. Don't worry. I've already called your company and told them to treat it as a business trip. You're so close! No, wait. What did you tell my company to make that happen? Well, just that we would end the contract immediately otherwise, and... Whoops. I had better not say anything more. What did he say? What was my company told because of me? Well, this most likely means...
Oh, good morning.
Yep, I guessed it right. The one waiting for me on the morning of my trip, or the business trip to be precise, was Haruka Mitsuhama. Even if it's a business trip forced on by my client, I can't just leave like the other day. Haruka, are you fine with this? It's gonna be just me and, you know...
Yes, it's fine. I just wanted to talk to you, Taka-chan.
Well, we boarded the bullet train after taking a local train. Our destination was Dogo Hot Springs in Ehime Prefecture. Airplanes are by far the quickest way to get there, but we are taking the train because we are testers of the new travel plan. The assignment was to report later on what we noticed on the train trip. That's that, but... So far, no proper conversation. The atmosphere between us was still awkward.
You know, I don't think we'll last 3 days with each other if we keep on being like this.
She was the first to open her mouth to see how I would react.
So, I was wondering if we could at least have a conversation? What do you say?
I'm making her feel awkward, not surprisingly. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Well, thank you.
Haruka's face finally brightens up a bit. What on earth does she want? Why does she betray me, and yet, why is she so obsessed with me? I don't understand women after all. That's what I was thinking.
Well, so... it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. End of conversation. Over in 3 seconds. But Haruka didn't give up.
Quelles as-tu?
Why French? I mean, what's the point of asking my age? I don't get it. However, that response of mine moved the conversation forward. Before I knew it, the awkward atmosphere between us had faded away and the conversation continued. We had a lot to talk about, partly because we were on a long bullet train ride, but also because we had known each other for so long. Seriously? That pervert teacher got arrested? Who was always in charge of girls' PE?
It seems so. I heard that he raided the girls' changing room before swimming class, not being able to hold back.
I saw the look on her face as we talked about our school days over bentos. She looks like she's having fun. Why? What kind of expression am I supposed to put on? Well, we, who live in the eastern part of Japan, left Tokyo Station and went to Okayama first. Then we changed trains and took another bullet train to Matsuyama in Ehime Prefecture. From there, we took a local train to the destination. Oh, I'm so tired. It was now past 4 p.m. In fact, the travel time had exceeded 7 hours.
I'll report to the president that the train trip is far too long.
Sitting all the way was really tough. Well, anyway, we're finally here. We both looked up at Dogo Onsen Station.
Wow, this station has a great atmosphere, doesn't it? The Western-style architecture of the Meiji area is just wonderful.
And the autumn leaves we saw from the train window were beautiful too. Haha, it feels a bit extravagant.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad I came here with Taka-chan.
She, who had only talked about random things on the way here, got right to the point. Oh, okay.
Please, give me time to talk to you when we get to the inn. Listen to me, and if that still doesn't work, I'll give up. I'll make sure we don't see each other again.
I see. Got it. Then I won't interrupt you. So...
Thank you!
Whoa! Haruka suddenly hugged me and I was caught by surprise.
I hugged you for the first time in 7 years. Sorry if you didn't like it.
Yeah. You don't have to apologize. Just get away from me.
Okay.
Then we immediately headed to the inn. Apparently, it's called Love Koi Inn. What a marvelous name. What? The reserved room is for male-female couples only?
Yes, it is. Apparently, it's a special plan for newlyweds and premarital couples only. Oh, it's Uncle, wasn't it? He's so selfish.
You're from the planning department. You should have known.
This is your room.
Whoa, what a nice and spacious room. After listening to the explanation at the front desk, we were shown to a large, spacious Japanese-style room.
Take a look, Taka-chan. The autumn leaves from the windows are amazing. It must be fun to come here at any time of the year.
You're too excited.
Oh my, what a lovely couple you are.
Huh? No, that's not...
It's embarrassing when someone else tells you that, isn't it? I'm sorry. I hope you two will enjoy the open-air bath in your room. Well then, I'll leave you to it.
An open-air bath in the room? Saying something strange, the attendant left the room.
Taka-chan, come this way!
Guided by Haruka, at the back of the room behind a door was an open-air bath giving off steam out of it. Oh, this is what she was talking about? This room came with an open-air bath. In other words, a private bath where couples can bath together without worrying about other guests. Haruka, you knew this and chose this room?
Of course, because it's a couples-only plan. And besides, I wanted you to know how determined I am.
Her eyes are staring at me with a serious expression. I didn't feel any confusion or hesitation in them.
Like I said earlier, I want you to listen to me. Because of this misunderstanding, I was not able to be honest with you.
Haruka,
I love you now and in the past. I don't want to regret for misunderstanding each other anymore. I don't care if you don't have feelings for me anymore. I do!
Then we went back to the room and sat down facing each other. Haruka was the first to open her mouth.
I still love you, Taka-chan. Because you loved me. But you know what? I didn't have the courage to go see you. I was afraid we would get into another fight.
Well, we got into a fight and I dumped her. From her point of view, maybe it couldn't be helped she felt that way.
I've had nothing but regret for a long time. And as time went by, I wondered if one day I could forget about it. But I happened to see you at the reception of our company. So I asked my uncle because I thought it might be you. Then he told me that he was the salesperson who visits our company regularly.
I see. I knew it, but she and the president were behind the marriage interview in this trip.
I wasn't sure about doing this, you know. I thought about it a lot, but I thought that this would be my last chance. I got so excited that I asked him to set up a marriage interview with you, but I completely blew it. I'm sorry. I really thought I should give up then, but...
Well, many things happen when you're young. Crying is part of the experience. Well, we'll have to do some preliminary research before I decide whether or not to accept the travel plan you proposed the other day.
Huh?
You should go with him according to your travel plan. I'll take care of his schedule, even if I end up doing crazy things. That's how I was made a tester for this travel plan. I see. It was his plan, huh?
Here.
Haruka then handed me a photo in a frame. What is this? The photo is faded, and the picture frame is also a little yellow, showing its age and deterioration.
Happy birthday, Taka-chan. It took 7 years to give you this.
Yes, the photo in the frame was the one we took together that day.
You know the guy I went shopping with that day was my older brother.
Older brother?
I asked him to help me pick a gift for you. I remember he made fun of me whenever I talked passionately about how much I loved you.
Then, that day, what I saw was...
Yep. I'm sorry. I really should have told you that it was my brother when you first asked me. But I figured if I told you, you'd find out that I secretly bought you a birthday present. I'm sorry. If I had been more honest with you, we would have...
That was Haruka's regret. She carried that for the past 7 years. And that was the same for me. Oh man, it looks so old now. It's been 7 years. A long time has passed, huh? I gently received the picture frame from her. What I recalled are the memories of my short but nostalgic high school days when I was with her. Haruka, I'm sorry too. If I had trusted you a little more, maybe this wouldn't have happened. I just remembered that I loved you, Haruka.
Taka-chan.
I gently hugged her before she bursted out crying. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm the one who said all those harsh words to you.
No, I'm sorry. Really sorry. I'm sorry too.
Haruka was crying on my chest. I also seemed to have teared up, and my vision was blurred. In the end, we decided to start over as friends, not as lovers.
It's supposed to be a traditional Japanese meal with fresh local fish and meat. Oh wow, it's good!
Oh, whoa. This is really good.
Well, it would have been more fun if it was a personal trip with you and not a business trip. I'll be having to write reports forever once I get back.
Oh, I see. Good luck. By the way, I bought it at the store downstairs. Apparently, it's a famous local sake. I put a bottle of sake on the table and smiled at her. Now that we're both grown-ups, let's quietly have a drink and talk about good old days.
Whoa! No drinking yet!
Huh? What do you mean, not yet?
That's because we won't be able to take a bath.
No, well, going in a mixed bath together it's just too sudden.
Well, you see, it's work. It's work, so we have to do it, right? We're testers, so we have to report our experience trying out the mixed bath together.
We were both blushed as we soaked in the hot spring.
It's December after all. It's cold in the morning.
The next morning, after finishing our meal, we left the inn. We should visit the tourist attractions nearby, huh? It's not so easy to do all the preliminary research for a travel plan, is it?
You're right. But you know, it's fun to think of it as dating, isn't it? For us.
Yes, I guess so. Yeah, you might be right.
Alright, let's go then.
And so we talked a lot and had fun for the rest of the time we had.
So, this should be a good domestic travel plan for young couples next year and beyond.
After the 3-day trip, she reported the results to the president. It was all done under the guise of work, so it had to be done. I see. Well then, let's move forward with this as a project worth considering. So that's that. The report says that you also went in a hot spring together. So it sounds like you got back together, is that right? Yes, thanks to you. We're gonna start over as friends. Friends, you say? Why? If you go that far, you would usually start going out with marriage in view, right? What? He got pissed off for some reason. Stop beating around the bush and hurry up! Get married, now!
Hey, Uncle?
Okay. Next time, you're going to be testers for wedding plan, alright? Hey, stop! We misunderstood each other for a long time. If either one of us back then. No, making such an assumption is pointless. We have started over as friends now, and I'm sure.
Taka-chan, let's go on another trip somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Is there somewhere you want to go? Someday, we'll be lovers again.